Hello guys, today we are back looking at the John Deere 8360 RT. In the last video I mentioned that I couldn't measure voltage on the internal battery of this tractor. So what I'm going to do today is just open up the bottom of it here. We'll take a look at the battery and see if we can figure out what's wrong. So this is a pretty good model. If I remember correctly, the bottom of it here, if I take off this 3D printed part, I think the battery's just sitting here, so it should be pretty easy to take a look at it and see what's wrong. It's very possible that the battery it's just gone, because this is one of the first models I made, so I don't know how old the channel is, but it's probably 3 or 4 years old, this model anyway. And I would say it's possible that I might have left it switched on after the wheel had fallen off. Maybe I forgot to just turn it off. Everything's possible. Well, maybe there is no battery in this. Oh no, it's up underneath that servo. Okay, so that's not so easy to get out. Well, it looks like we have to take this wheel off again. And it looks like these things are screwed in there, so let me try twisting these with pliers and see is that how I have them in. It looks like they're threaded, they're just nails. I've kind of forgot how I built this thing. They're not even screws. I suppose I wanted the bar, so I guess that's what I did. Hopefully we get this thing back together again. Looks like we have to get this part out. That's going to be difficult. Well, it looks like I need to get this part off, which is a bolt that's there. But to get that off, I need to take the mudguard off, which I think is bolted on from in here. So looks like this is going to be a little bit trickier than I thought. So I'll just get the thing apart off camera and I'll catch up with you after that. Okay, well, I've no idea what wizardry I used to get this thing together in the first place, but I've absolutely no idea how I get the bolt out that's holding the mudguards in. I'm pretty sure it's under the servo, but I can't get these pins out without getting this out. So I've no idea how I did that. But anyway, we'll not worry about it, because I was able to, once I had the 2 pins on the servo loosened, I was able to pull the battery out here. And you can probably see on the camera there that has kind of ballooned out, which is basically a sign that the battery is failed. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to see, can I fit this battery in? It's a little bit bigger, so it should give us a little bit more capacity. If I can get that in under the servo and get the servo back in position nice and snug, I'll just snip the wires here and connect these ones in instead, and that'll solve our problem, but it also gives us a little bit more capacity, which is always good. So all I can do now is see if I can get this squeezed in, so I'll catch up with you after that. Okay, well, there was actually plenty of space underneath the servo for the battery, so that was no problem, even though it's a good bit bigger than this old one. But I got it wired up, of course. Broke 2 or 3 wires in the process. Just, you know, you don't want the thing to go smoothly for you. You want to try and make it as hard for yourself as possible, so break as many wires as you can when you're doing something like this. So I fixed all those anyway, so let's see. Well, that's a good sign, we have power at least. I wonder if we've broken another wire. The motor is only going in one direction, it looks like. Our lights all seem to be working, but this motor is only going in one direction, which is a bit strange. So I'm gonna have to take a look into what might be causing that. Probably broke down on the motor driver side, just to be extra annoying. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and figure out what's wrong here. Okay, so that turned out to be a broken wire on the motor driver board down here, and of course that then escalated into a second broken wire on the motor driver board, but it seems to be correct now. We can, let me see, we have control over both motors again, so that's what we wanted. All I can do now is try and put it back together, and hopefully I don't break any more wires, but that's just part of the joy of making your own models. You can end up with this. The problem mostly is these wires that I used back then, they're kind of hard, and every time you move something it puts a lot of stress on any of the solder joints, and that causes them to break. So if I'd been using more flexible wire, wouldn't really have all these many problems. Also, because we're not using the new control boards, there's so many wires in this model. It probably would be better to just rewire the whole thing and cut down all the wires, but for now this is what we have, so we'll leave it at that. So I'll just put it back together and we'll see if it works. Okay, I have it back together now. Let's see if it all works. This will be very annoying if it doesn't. Well, we have drive, that's the main thing. Let's see if our headlights work. Yeah, our work lights. Well, the work lights probably would have worked anyway, because I think the Arduino in the top controls them. And our tail lights are working, so that's good. Indicators are both working. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so let's just test it with a trailer here, just to make sure that's working. I don't actually know why there's four wires here. Maybe one of them is feedback, I'm not sure. But looks like I got it lucky. The white wire is the signal. So that's working fine. Then servo works as well. So that's everything working as expected. We've got rid of this old battery. The new battery is a little bit higher in capacity, so that's a little bit of an improvement, and doesn't look like we've left any of the wires broken. So I think we can say that was pretty successful. So if you like that little repair video, make sure and hit the thumbs up button, and don't forget to get subscribed and get the bell on so that you can get notified on the next videos. So hope you enjoyed the video. That's all I have, so thanks very much for watching.